Yo, 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 what's up? What's up, y'all? Y'all doing, man? It's your boy Reed. Another episode of MCXP Radio. Got a lot to talk about, man. Good, good couple of points I got today, man. But it's good to see y'all, man. I want to wish y'all Merry Christmas and of course a Happy New Year. We know we got a couple more weeks within this month, but it's crazy that 2024 is almost gone. But to you and yours and everything that's going on, man, again, I wish you guys Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are enjoying your family, all the good stuff, man. Another great episode of MCXP Radio here on the BGSE network. Let's get in. Let's log in. Let's tune in. Let's do the damn thing. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Swagger pimp, yeah. Can't now another nigga like me. Yeah. Okay, it goes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rockin'. It's time for hip hop. On they reach watch, no sir, not for show. No bars made up of fairy tales. I'm trying for the tragedy, I know it well. So put your hands up in the air just for the winners. A peace sign of pimps, the prostitutes, the sinners. We all deserve a second chance, but we products of illusion and victims of our own circumstance. Apply the pressure, I bet you can. Live the life that you love, shout out to Rand. Love the life that you live, shout out again. It ain't a tough pill to swallow once you comprehend.
Yes, yes, yes. That is that time, man. What's up, y'all? Man, your boy Reed here, aka the musicologist, and you are now kicking it in the Monday Man Cave. Appreciate you guys tuning in, logging in. Make sure you continue to like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You know how we do it, man, for the BGSC network. As you can see, man, I'm here. Got the game on in the back, man. The Eagles and the Seahawks kind of somewhat paying attention to it, but not really, man. I'm just happy that my Cincinnati Bengals took that win on Saturday, the overtime win against the Vikings. But that's all good. Look, excuse me, man. Again, man, I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. Get your money, do what you got to do. I don't like to hold you too long, but I do like to give my input on a couple of things that's going out. Well, that's been going on here in the sports world, just in the world general. You know what I'm talking about. One of the big things that has been going on, though, as we get this show started, man, I know everybody and their mama has been, well, not everybody, but I will say this. Let me just back this up real quick. I'm about to talk about how these Dallas Cowboys lost against the Buffalo Bills. Okay, now before you get your panties all up in a bunch and everything like that, now before I have Cowboys fans going crazy, and on a side note, please post your comments, all of that good stuff, man. I want to talk to you guys while I'm doing this live show. But check this, man. I want people, when you are a fan of your team, and I say it constantly, anytime I'm doing a show with Big Game, with the Buff Nerd, with whoever, and when I'm just out about and talking, look, y'all, if you're a true fan of your team, you need to be a logical fan of your squad. You don't need to be crazy. You don't need to sit here and just, put outlandish expectations on your squad. You know what I'm saying? If you know your squad sucks, there's no way that you can sit here and say that they're going to go to the players or they're going to win the Super Bowl. If you know your team is in a rebuilding state, just accept the fact that they're in a rebuilding state. Now, I say this to say this. The Cowboys are not in a rebuilding state. The Cowboys have won 12 games in a row in the past 3 seasons. Mike McCarthy is what he needed to do, y'all. Took it upon yourselves to go ahead and so you get rid of the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, and you let Mike McCarthy run the offense and everything. Okay, everything is cool. Okay, my thing is this. As I post this right back up, man. I don't know how it came down, but it is what it is. Look, I say this to digress because while I was at work today, one of my coworkers, he's a big Cowboys fan, which plenty of them are. And there's no hate in that. But the first thing that he said, he's like, man, did you watch the game? I said, of course, I did. And the first thing that he wanted to say is that he blamed the loss on the refs, on the penalties and everything that was going like that. He was saying Cowboys wasn't getting calls, this, that, a third, yada, yada, yada. He ultimately blamed the game and the loss on the Cowboys, well, the refs, not giving the Cowboys calls. I argue the fact that, well, maybe y'all shouldn't gave up 266 rushing yards. Maybe the defense just didn't show up. Maybe y'all just went to Buffalo and just got your ass whooped. Maybe Buffalo just a little bit more physical. In fact, I've seen teams do this. Once Cowboys, especially good teams, when Cowboys go on the road, and I don't know what it is. Because Cowboys is a good team, but once they go on the road and they play these good teams, so these good teams come and they just punch them in the mouth. They tell them damn near exactly what they're going to do, and they run all over them. These guys racked up 266 freaking yards, 351 total yards that the Bills had yesterday. One penalty to the 5. Cowboys only had 195 total yards, 89 rushing yards compared to 266. Your man James Cook, man, 25 attempts, 179 yards rushing with one touchdown. Then he had two receptions for 42 yards and another touchdown. Two touchdowns this man did. Josh Allen, of course, wasn't that big best of a game, 7 for 15 for 94 yards and the touchdown. The Dak came out, but did 21 for 34 with 134 yards, but actually had one interception. Now, of course, people go off and they start talking about, oh, Dak throwing picks and all this other stuff. Look, at that point in time, Dak was trying to get the team back to the mix, trying to make it a game again. But of course, the bleeding was already bad. The damage had already been done. So, I mean, it wasn't too much else that could be said. Look, you can't blame it on the refs when you have a blowout loss like this. When you get beat 31-10, that's not on the refs. That's the team not being prepared. That's the team not showing up. I can understand. You have a definitive argument with me. Let's just say this game was 31-28, 31-30, and maybe a ref call maybe at the end, somewhat at the end, last seconds of the game, last 2 minutes of the game kind of been detrimental, where it fell into the Bills' lap and it didn't fall into the Cowboys' lap. Something like that I can understand. That's when you can talk about the refs missing a call or making a phantom call or whatever the case may be. But how are you gonna justify to me that the Cowboys lost 31-10 because of the referees? That doesn't make sense. And me and this coworker was damn near going back and forth today. I almost got pissed off. I almost got pissed off. Not because of the banter, but this can't be the representation of Cowboys fans. You feel me? It can't be. It can't be. And I know a lot of Cowboys fans, man. I know a lot of them. I got some at the job. Boy, buff nerd, that hard. I understand it. But I don't blame this loss on the refs. Y'all got your ass beat. Simple and plain. You got your ass beat. You went up there and you choked. It sucks. I hate to say it, but that's just the bottom line of the thing. I want to see the Cowboys do good, but I feel like their Achilles heel is when they go on the road, when they play tough teams. And I'm not saying that Buffalo is a tough team, but Buffalo is a team that's on that cups. I don't believe in them necessarily. I really don't believe in Buffalo. I don't believe in Josh Allen. I don't believe in that squad because they sink their ships when they go into the playoffs as well. To me, they're not upper echelon. They're not top tier anymore. But they're still a decent and good team. They can be a dangerous team when everything is working, which is what the Cowboys saw. But you fumbled the bag. Y'all lost 31-10. You fumbled the bag. In no way, shape, or form is that a recollection of the refs. Refs didn't do that. Y'all did that. You got to get better. You just something has to be better about that. If you're gonna be a fan, be a fan. Be a diehard fan, but be a logical, true diehard fan. I appreciate people that can honestly sit there. So any fan that can come up to me today, man, or any fan that I have talked to that has said to me today, "Hey, look, we lost because we just couldn't. We could our defense didn't show up. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. Michael Parsons didn't play to the standard of what he's used to playing. All that I can accept. But when you start throwing in the refs, in a blowout loss. That's just ridiculous. Yes, Cowboys had more penalties than the Buffalo Bills. The coworker actually made me look over there, and from what I'm seeing, maybe the Cowboys have been the most penalized team this year. Okay, still doesn't just okay. They even if they're the most penalized team, they still got what 12 wins, 10, 11, 12. They're still in the playoffs. They still made the playoffs. They made the playoffs the last 3 straight years. So I really can't say anything. They're done. Making the playoffs is half the battle. But I hate the fact that when you start losing or when you lose big, I'm not saying it's just Cowboys fans, but I hear it the most because I stay in Texas. I stay in the DFW area where it's nothing but Cowboys. But then you want to start making all these excuses when you lose. Then he goes on to say that he doesn't believe. This is my coworker, matter of fact. He goes on to say that he doesn't believe that that can carry them over the hump to the Super Bowl. Aside from the fact that I feel like the Cowboys are probably missing a piece or two offensive wise, I would like another receiver that could be just as dominant as CeeDee Lamb, possibly with Diggs going down on the defensive wise, maybe another DB or something like that. Definitely, man, got to get your O line better because the O line is getting older. D line is nice, but you can always add. You can always add with the linebackers. But with all that being said, Cowboys still got one of the top defenses in the league. So, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Just a bad game. Just a bad game. Um, will Dak actually get the Cowboys over the hump? Needless to say, I can't be the one to determine that. I can't necessarily say that he will. I can't necessarily say that he won't. I think Dak is probably the best thing that you guys do have when it comes to quarterback. Matter of fact, excuse me, Cowboys fans, go ahead and get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let him walk, go and trade him away, free agency. Let him do whatever. Tell me who in the NFL right now, quarterback wise, you're going to be able to go out there and pick up. Because all of the legit quarterbacks are designated to whatever squad that they're going to be to. They then got paid, got re-upped, everything like that. Josh Allen ain't leaving Buffalo. Mahomes ain't leaving KC. Burrow's not leaving Cincinnati. Kirk Cousins just got hurt, but from what we see, Minnesota loves him and wants to bring him back. You know, Jalen Hurts is not coming. He's not leaving Philly to come to Dallas. Which I want to Kyler Murray. Arizona to put all that money in him. Kyler Murray got to stay over there. Tua has to stay in Miami. I mean, you can go down the whole list. Everything else is just going to be what B and C list guys. Your best bet right now is Dak. And Dak is not a bad quarterback. Not at all. Not at all. But y'all going to mess around and get Dak out of the. Y'all going to get Dak out of a Cowboys uniform. And Dak may mess around and go somewhere else, man, and actually prosper. You know what I'm saying? May actually do his thing and may actually prosper. I would be surprised if he won a championship with another team. That would kind of stink. That would sting and that would hurt. But you don't want to see that kind of stuff happen. But I digress in the fact. The Cowboys lost because they didn't show up to play. They did not show up at all to play that game. They got their ass booked. And it is what it is. But the fact with everything that has been happening, how all of these teams have been losing and whatnot, they're still in the playoffs. They made the playoffs, which is good. Okay, now they're playing for seeding to see how best that they can go. All right, shout out to it, man. But it's just one game. But it is it did not. It was a very important game. It was a statement, monumental type of game. You know, I honestly believe this game here could have actually put Cowboys and fans and other teams on notice to let them know, hey, that they for real. Now you start to scratch your head. Are the Cowboys really for real? I still believe that they are for real, but when you get to this late in the season, everything counts. Every single thing counts. So every game counts. Um, and you're looking at a Buffalo Bills team who was fighting their asses off to get back into the playoff run. best as they can. I think they're 7-7 now. So they're doing whatever that they can to get shit. They was gonna play with no fear. They didn't have nothing to lose. The Cowboys could have came up there and told them, hey, you still a bottom feeder, but Bills it was just a game. The Bills came and punched them in the mouth, and it is what it is. These things happen, okay? But I'm not gonna blame a 31-10 loss on the refs, dude. The coworker had me heated today. I mean, I'm trying to give him the point. I'm trying to give him the understanding. Yet he keeps wanting to say the refs, the refs, the refs. Stop it, sir. Please stop it. Stop it. Stop it. What game are you watching? Yes, I can say that there were some calls that should have been called. He's saying it called straight down the line. It could have been called. Okay, yeah, right down the field. Still doesn't negate that the defense gave up 350 some yards, 351 yards. Doesn't negate that fact. Got to do better. Got to do better. So, with that being said, Cowboys fans, keep your heads up because you guys are in the playoffs. You're in the playoffs with just half the battle. Now, get your game together, regroup, do what you need to do. Karma has a way of Karma always has a way of playing this way in the NFL. Y'all notice that? Because before this game, the Cowboys had ordered, like, what was it, pictures and stuff like that of all the Bills players, and they were putting it up on the pads during practice. And they was practicing against their faces and stuff like that. And then look what happens. Houston Texans play the Tennessee Titans, and the Tennessee Titans come out in the Houston Oilers uniforms. You know what I'm saying? Kind of somewhat being petty in a sense. And what happens? The Texans end up winning. Karma has a way of rearing its ugly head when it comes to football. I don't know how, but it does. And it's a beautiful thing. Wakes you up and be like, well, shit, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I digress again. What I'm saying, Cowboy fans, y'all are all right. It's just a loss. Get back on the horse and do what you got to do. Finish strong. Finish strong in this season. Me and my Bengals, we're trying our best, but we're 8-7 now. Without Joe Burrow, who's been gone for the season. Jay Brown, shout out to you, man. You've been doing a hell of a job over there. The touchdown by D. Higgins was ridiculous. Man, Jamar Chase has a dislocated shoulder. Sucks, but it is what it is. But I'm just saying, having the faith in your team to keep it going. And Cowboys, you guys are already in. Have faith in your squad, fans, that they can keep on going. It's just going to be interesting to see. The only Achilles heel with the Cowboys is when it comes to these big games, they just tend to fold. You just can't do that no more. Guys just can't do that. So let's hope that they can somewhat get that in the right mix in the right way. Okay, so there we go. Now, that being said about Dak Prescott, there was a notable quarterback, former quarterback in the NFL, that made some comments about not only Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy, a couple other guys. Notable quarterback that did play in the NFL, man. My man Cam Newton came out and spoke actually about how some of these NFL quarterbacks are game managers and how they're game changers. If I'm not mistaken, he did say that it was Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, the Joe Burrows, those guys are like the game changers. Then you got guys like Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, who becomes to be game managers. Game managers are the people that can sit there and manage the game, do whatever they need to do to keep their team, in a winning position and whatnot. From the definitions that I get, as me being a fan now. Of course, I can't necessarily and give you a very super in-depth explanation of a game changer and a game manager. So I've never played it down in the NFL, but I have played football before not in a professional setting, but structured and organized in the way they need to go. Um, in some cases, I do agree with Cam. In some cases, I don't. But um, I don't know if Dak is necessarily a game manager. I don't feel that way, but then again, part of me does kind of feel that way. Brock Purdy being a game manager, I think Brock Purdy is more or less a quarterback who's surrounded by the talent, and that helps him out in the sense that all he has to do is just get the ball to the talent. Talent does the rest. I'm saying game changers are guys that when they get the ball in their hand, you're scared, okay, because you don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know they can turn a 3rd and 15 all the way to a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's by their legs, how they need to do. They see somebody downfield make a spectacular throw, so where the receiver can only catch it. I've seen Mahomes do it. I've seen Jackson do it. I've seen Burrow do it. I've seen a number of guys do it. You know what I'm saying? Game changers are guys that you feel like you always got to put a spy on. Just these guys are just they're the top dogs. So in that sense, I don't get mad about what Cam Newton says. But with all that being said, all this uproar about Cam Newton and the things that he said, I think a lot of people tend to forget who Cam Newton is. Um, One person in particular who came into the forefront was ESPN's Kimberly Martin. Yeah, let's talk about this, man. It's Kimberly Martin. She came out there and she tried to diss Cam Newton, talk about where is he now, why is he not on a NFL roster somewhat, claiming like he's tweeting out of his mother's basement or something. Um, like Cam doesn't have a right to be able to speak his mind, or like he doesn't have any knowledge of who can be a game manager and a game changer. Like he really can't put this together. Let's digress before she can even talk. For someone who has never played it down in the NFL, let's just digress. Let's talk about exactly how good Cam Newton is. I got his stats up here. Let's just talk about his stats with you. Let's talk about his stats before Cam Newton has not been playing in the NFL again. You know his current stats. He had 194 touchdowns to 123 interceptions, 32,382 passing yards, with a passer rating of 85.2. Rushing touchdowns was 5,628 rushing yards, and actually had 75 rushing touchdowns, which is the NFL record by a quarterback in rushing touchdowns. It's still held strong today. You're looking at some of his accolades, man. He was an NFL MVP in 2015, NFL Offensive Player of the Year in 2015, the Rookie of the Year in 2011, First Team All Pro 2015, three-time Pro Bowler 2011, 2013, 2015, two-time BCS National Champion 2008 and 2010, Heisman Trophy winner, Maxwell Award winner, Walker Camp Award, Manning Award, SEC Offensive Player of the Year 2010. I mean, this guy is legit. So knowing that what this guy has done, and what's ridiculous is people act like Cam wasn't good, like Kimberly Martin, baby girl. Let's go down memory lane. Okay, let's go down memory lane. I want to show you exactly who this Cam Newton person is that you're talking about. You're saying that he can't do that, and this guy wasn't that, this, that, and the third. Just to remind everybody how great Cam Newton was. I ain't gonna turn the sound, but let's just watch this highlights. Look at this. Look at this. Uh, uh. Look at that. Game changers. Look at that pass. Game changer. Again, game changer. Granny, he had an old Steve Smith. Ryan Clark was talking about. I mean, what Terry Glenn or not Terry Glenn? I forgot his name. Devin Funches. I know he had Devin Funches. I mean, he didn't really look at Cam. Look at that. Look. You mean to tell me that this man doesn't have the wherewithal that he's not able to dictate or tell you guys who's a game changer, who's a game manager? Cam in his heyday was one of the best. Must-see TV. Look at this. Look at that throw. Look at that throw. So, with that being said, I feel like shit. I feel like Cam got all the. I feel like Cam got all the right in the world to say what he needs to say. I do. Cam Newton's about his business. Cam Newton's about his business. I hate the fact that media has gotten to this point that the people who are paid to analyze and to give their 2 cents and all this other stuff, they come up with these outlandish ideas. You never step foot on a basketball court. You never step foot on a football field. Have not played, maybe didn't, more than likely didn't play in high school. Didn't play at a collegiate level. Didn't play at the professional level. But yet, they feel like that they can dictate what these guys like their words can oversee these guys' accomplishments. Fucking ridiculous. You're ridiculous. So for anybody to come out there and don't diss Cam Newton as him being the person. Don't do that. Don't diss him as the person. What he has to say is very legitimate because everybody has their own opinions and things like that. Everybody does. But Cam has a legit argument that we can listen to as being fans and all that other stuff and just take it for the criticism of what it is. But to talk down on the man, because he's not on the NFL roster and all this other shit, that's whack. Bitch, you wouldn't have made no NFL roster. You know? A lot of guys that are retired right now that are not playing, they're not on NFL roster because, you know, their services are no longer needed. And it just may be the case with Cam Newton. Everybody has to go through that at some point in time. But to sit here and say that Cam is like he's trash or something, man, please, please, please. I just showed you highlights. Go ahead and look up some more highlights, man, for yourself if you want to. Just saying, Cam is about that business. I congratulate him, and I do like what Cam Newton is doing as far as his podcast. I know he's about to go on tour and things like that, and it's gonna be all good. So shout out to him, man. I wish him much success. But I need people to just, stand on what you say. Stand on what you say and stand on how you feel. Again, you don't have to like anybody's opinion, but you can sit there and respect their opinion. People, you may not like my opinions of what I say up on the show. Okay, people that I talk to on a regular basis, at work, at home, this and that, and third. You may not like my opinions, but you can respect it, just like I can respect yours. But I'm not gonna sit there and diminish and make it look like what you've done in your past and your accomplishments. I'm not gonna diminish none of your accomplishments or nothing like that because you've probably done things that I know that I possibly could never do. You got guys that have played at the NFL level. I've never even touched that. I've never sniffed it, never came close to it. But I salute everybody that has made it to that because I mean, lifelong dream of millions and millions and millions of people. Same thing for the NBA people, in the league and stuff like that. But I'm not going to sit here and diminish their accomplishments by no means. So for all the Kimberly Martins out there, and even you Stephen A. Smith lovers and Dan Orlovsky, who's been a backup his whole goddamn career pretty much. Stephen A. We know about you. You ain't never played no damn sports. But you feel like you could dictate him. But that shit with Kimberly kind of rubbed me wrong. And then if you even pay attention, man, every time she's on the show, she's saying something dumb anyways. Okay, shit that don't make sense. You ever pay attention to Foxworth, Dominic Foxworth's face? And just looking at him, just like she don't make sense. I know she's saying a lot of stuff just for the clicks, the views, and likes. But at least if you're gonna say something, man, have something smart to back it up with. Make a legit point. Get out your feelings. Ma'am, please get out your feelings. Cam Newton is legit. I'm not saying it as me being a fan. I'm saying as a guy that has proven what he has done in the NFL and has a right to say what he can say at that position. He plays quarterback. He makes a lot of sense. Cam says these scouts are not out there looking for the Brock Purdy's and the Dak Prescotts. They're looking for the Joe Burrows. They're looking for the Patrick Mahomes. They're looking for the Jalen Hurts. They're looking for the next Tom Brady's and the Peyton Mannings. They're looking for those next superstar guys at quarterbacks. They're not looking for, the somewhat second tiers. And I'm not even saying that Dak is a second tier, but come on, Dak came out, what I believe, with the fourth round. So I just digress to my point. Here's what it is. But shout out to Cam Newton and everything that he's doing. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Man, I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in, logging in and joining in. Going on to my next point. Now I don't know. This is It's kind of funny to me. Now I don't know anybody. I don't know if you guys paid attention, but there has been a lot of stuff going on. Well, not a lot of stuff, but it's been lots of videos going out that have been talking about this school that is in what is this? Bemidji, Minnesota. Bemidji, Minnesota. So Oak Hills Christian College. Oak Hill Christian College is a college that's in Minnesota, and they actually are part of the NCCAA, which is the National Christian College Athletic Association. If I'm not mistaken, it's not the NCAA. It's the NCCAA. So it's another conference. So they play a lot of the Christian schools and stuff. They have their own little um, I guess, conference or NC, football or whatever thing that they got. They got their own little organization. Okay, well, I don't know when this game was. I don't know when it was, but Oak Hill Christian College was um, matched up. The boys basketball team was matched up against the North Dakota State University. I believe that's their Bisons or something like that. Okay. First and foremost, man, I don't want to put anybody on display. I don't want to make fun of nobody, nothing like that, because I don't want to put that in the mix. But I want you people to see. I want you people to see the team, man. I want you guys to see the team. Uh, let me see. Let me see. I know I got the picture right here. So I'm going to introduce you guys to the Oak Hill Christian College team. This is them. All right. As you see, some guys, man, they just got on the basketball team. They tried out. I think they're the Wolf Pack, and they go out there and they playing some basketball, man. They're like, all that good stuff. The sad part is that these guys end up playing They ended up playing North Dakota State University, and these guys lost very badly. What's been going on around the mix? And let me show y'all. Let me go ahead and post this. They lost this game by 94 points. Okay, they lost by 94 points, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be rude. Nothing to that nature. But this team has no kind of basketball skill whatsoever. I don't want to make fun of them. I know that everybody has just been out here talking about them. I just wanted to share it with you if you hadn't seen it yet. Let's take some highlights. Let's look. This is Oak Hill Christian College against North Dakota State University. Let's watch.
Coffee, trigger. Cheney.
One of those guys that creates depth. Very good.
Falling for Oak Hills, but an offensive rebound. Coffee triggers if
He can do.
Oh, he tried. He tried. Oh, he trying to do that Steph Curry so bad.
Yeah, I guess you're probably
nice take, but
and I think Dave's interview showed that. I think he's pleased.
Baseline as the shot clock goes away from Burke by Bryson Keepers. And 50-point mark. More than 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Coffee throws one up. Keepers gets a step touch,
and as everybody could hear, crowd was
look at that. Look at that form and oh Lord. Who designated this?
Fargo form where he said there are no pickup football able to see them contribute at the college level. Rewarded for the hours and hours he puts in. Back dunk, regardless. It was two more.
Deacon Bach out of Blaine, Minnesota. They've got a few in the league.
Beautiful stroke. Usually has his feet ready, and there's reckless play. And there's the middle of January and February, right?
Right. We can get rid of it after the holidays are over. After New
where it's that little bungalow out there with the flips the lights on, has a knack for getting to where the ball's coming off. I think he reads it very well. On the glass because not everybody knows where to put a body on the. Move your feet.
Is
what I like about the
wow.
To remind us of where we live.
Yeah, we were on borrowed time there for a while. Shot clock winding down, and the Shack 106-11 as we get under the 3-minute mark. A little ways to go. Must be Bison basketball.
Focus.
I feel like I could be a star at the team.
Easy for you.
I'll be a star at this school. I'm not even that great. I'm decent.
That Dave has, and I think Rudy compliments what they do. Exactly. And that's the thing. And there's a big difference between taking.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to put nobody down. I don't want to talk bad about them. I just think that was just wrong. I think that was a team that did not need to be nowhere near the basketball court or at least be playing in. Imagine if they were playing like a North Carolina or something like that. They played a Duke. It probably would have been worse, but they lost by 94 points, which I don't know if that is. It might be a freaking record. But you don't want to see nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see nothing like that. But, I mean, these kind of things do happen, people. These kind of things do happen. So, in seeing that, I mean, what can you say in the grand scheme of it? There should be like a mercy rule or something. Like that game shouldn't even kept going. If this team did not even score. I believe it was like what was like 108-14 or something like that. It was like the final score, 108-14. They didn't score 15. They didn't score 20 points. They couldn't even score 50. It should have been a mercy rule at some point in time to be like, okay, guys, to save y'all from further embarrassment, we're just going to go ahead and cut this game. let it be gone. Okay. But at the same time, man, can you blame the squad, man? Can you blame the team? You know, you go out there, you do what you're supposed to do. You put it all out there on the line, and you try, and that's the best you could do. Best you could do. I think it's good when colleges can come together and play. No names kind of get a little bit of notoriety, and I just believe that's what this game was. Okay, Christian college was trying to get tad bit of little some money, maybe some notoriety to another to a D1 school in DSU. And they knew. I'm pretty sure they knew coming in, there was going to be a loss. But hey, they went out there and they tried. But a 94-point loss at some point in time, you would expect to be some kind of mercy rule, some kind of wave a white flag or something, man. It didn't even seem like it was a full gym at all. I mean, damn, it damn it sounded like it was practice that was going on. Wasn't that many people probably showed up to the game. But I know that these people didn't expect that big of a deficit on the win. I'm sure that's a game where you got second and third string in a lot of PT. You got a lot of PT that game. I think I saw somewhere where it said the bench push was like 30. Some point in time it was like 30, and Oak Hill only had 0. So yeah, people coming off the bench, man, trying to make a statement, trying to get some run and some burn. But again, I'm not gonna make fun of people in their talent. These guys don't look. I never played college basketball. Never competed college basketball wise. I did intramurals, I did that, what I'm saying, but I was never on the squad like that. So I had to salute them because these guys did something that I never did. And I would have loved to do it. You know, I feel like if I went over there to that school, man, I would probably be the star. At least I know I've got some sort of basketball knowledge and things that I could do, but you know, ain't no way in hell that I was gonna keep that team from making it that close. I know my limits. I know my limits. I probably would have been tired to play that whole game. So but again, man, you got to give your hats off to this guy, to this squad, man. Don't laugh. I know they look like they don't have any kind of skill whatsoever, and they don't. But that is the team that is going to be representing that school. And then it also kind of makes you wonder that if this is the talent level in the NCCAA, what tell I would wonder, like, if every team was that bad in this division conference or whatever it is, what are the scores like? How bad of the talent is there? Because I know none of these guys are probably gonna make it to the league. Probably doubt. I don't even know if it's G League possible. But I would wonder what the scores would be. Honestly, would be like if Team Zone is going 14 points, it's like the first one to 25 wins. So let's go home. I don't know. I hate to negate that, but it's horrible. It's horrible, but it's funny. It's funny to me, man. It is. It's definitely funny. I laugh at it. But shout out to Oak Hill Christian College. You guys keep on doing your thing. Make it work. Make it work. Make it work, man. But MCXPRadio for the BGSC network, man. I know I'm talking about the Cowboys, man. Cowboys, keep your head up, and the fans. Cam Newton being about his business. Kimberly Martin, get your mind right, girl. And then, of course, Oak Hill. I appreciate you guys, man. And I'm hoping that you guys are again having a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season. It's been a very great enjoyment to see my son, watch my family, and getting together and getting ready for these presents and whatnot. I'm still doing some Christmas shopping. Hopefully, I can get all this stuff done here very soon. But man, to know that we're just 2 weeks. I'm looking at the calendar. What's this? The 18th. You've literally got roughly 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks left. So I actually challenge y'all, man. Do something better, man. Make yourself better, man, for 2024. Get on your business, man. Get on your business. I will tell you this, man, that this podcast is going to be ramping up. Definitely ramping up. You're going to be seeing my face a whole lot more on this, on TikTok, social media, and whatnot, man. I want to make sure to get MCXPRadio out and about to you people. Make sure you guys enjoy it. I'm trying to come up with some ideas and the revamping. We're not starting from scratch. We're still going, man, but I kind of got some ideas, man, for the logos and whatnot, trying to enhance that. Got a gaming station that I have on the Twitch, which is MCXPRadio as well. But I'm looking for a logo for that too, so I will be streaming. We gotta find a day to stream me gaming and stuff like that. But I want you people to really get into it, man. It just come on over here, man, to my neck of the woods with the MCXPRadio. I definitely want to get some more interviews and whatnot going. So if anybody that wants to come onto the show, you have an opinion, you got anything you want to talk about, let me know. Hit me up, man. MCXPRadio@gmail.com. We can talk about it, put you on the show, man, and then let you spit your ideas and all that good stuff, man. But I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate BGSC Network for always giving me this opportunity to come out here and do what I need to do. I thank you guys for tuning in, liking, subscribing, all of that good stuff, man. Please continue not only to follow me, but continue to follow the station BGSC Network. And we've been doing leaps and bounds, man. Leaps and bounds, man. So shout out to Big Game and all the hard work and effort that he's been doing. Buff Nerd, everybody that's been a part of this, man. And I feel like that we're going to take some big, major strides in 2024. So I'm very looking much forward to that. So I appreciate you guys, man, for kicking it with me here in the man cave, letting me speak a little bit. Y'all know how it is, man. Of course, before I always leave, I always got to tell you, people are out here suffering from anything, man, mental health-wise. Please seek help. I always drop the number down there just in case, man. But please seek help. I believe, man, that you guys, and actually, to be honest, man, just look it up. There is I want to say it's a 1-800 number, or it's a number that you can actually be discreet and you can be discreet and completely honest at the same time. I know it was a number that I actually texted. I got somebody to text me right back, and we just had a good little talk, man. Good little talk real quick, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have to speak my mind. I mean, didn't have to speak on the phone or anything, but they were legit. They were right there. They was willing to, talk to me a little bit, giving me some encouraging words. You know what I'm saying? So, man, definitely. I always say that, man. Seek help if you're seeking help mental health-wise. Please do so. Your friends can tell you, your family can tell you all the things that you want to hear. But sometimes it is the most important thing to get a stranger or somebody like that to tell you the things that you need to hear, that you need to understand to help you get better. Always know that there's always somebody that's in your corner. I'm always in you guys' corner, supported as a person that has suffered from mental health before. But I'm doing good, and I thank God for blessing me and getting the right people in my life, man, to make me do better. You know what I'm saying? But myself and everybody else, man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me for another episode. Man Cave Express, MCXPRadio. I will definitely be back next Monday, which is Christmas, so I have a special Christmas edition. We'll have fun with that too, okay, man? Until next time, you people take it easy. I love you guys, man. Peace.
Cruising in a Rari with the hair and nails and toes done. Always keep it never gonna give me.
Gonna make a lot of women mad at this one, but it's alright.
Gonna get a shot at romance. It's kinda too cold.
Yeah.
I'm ice cold.